What up, guys? Welcome back to another Space Engineers video. Today we're gonna do some Space Engineers, and also I was talking to a person that I met from the last video on the guide of how to do a little bit of Space Engineers, and he says that there's not really enough information out there to how to play Space Engineers. So I'm probably going to dedicate this video to a little bit of understanding of how to play Space Engineers. So if you're a new player to Space Engineers and you need some help, or you want to have a feel for the game, well, you came to the right place, because what I'm doing today is we're going to talk about some stuff. We're going to talk about how I can make trucks, or how I can make miners, or how, what to do, like how, what, when, where to do it. So first off, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go into your welds. You're gonna create new weld. You can scroll down into your customization list and find your CPU limit. Your CPU limit is like how many builds you can build in one game. So your CPU limit should already be maxed out. If it's not, max it out, and then you should be able to build more or spawn more in creative, whatever one you're doing. And then once you spawn into the home system, you're gonna want to go to Earth Light Drop Pod. It's gonna be the first thing on the very top if you're playing survival. Once you spawn in an Earth Light Drop Pod, you're gonna want to wait until you hit the ground. Then you're gonna hit square on PS4 and PS5 edition, and Xbox would be, I think, X. Anyways, I don't even know if it's out on Xbox, but I think it is, maybe. Anyways, once you do that, you're gonna want to go down into the ground. So if I go down here to my old drop pod location right here, you're gonna want to go down deep enough to where you see this type of stone or this type of stone. Once you get that, you're gonna want to mine it. So to dig deep into the ground, you want to hit your L2 button. But if you want to collect resources, you want to hit R2. But if you want to just mine and also pick up resources, hold R2 and hold square at the same time, and you'll pick up and mine resources at the same time. So you're not ending up with those big piles of stone that you can't pick up and you have to go back and forth. Anyways, other than that, early game resources, you can go to these little white markers over here. They're military bases or med bays or whatever, or space stations, like that orange one right there. You can go to them and you're gonna have to destroy some turrets. It's gonna probably, there's, I don't really know how it works, but there's some sort of reputation thing behind it. But anyways, if you go and destroy those turrets, you're gonna get a lot of free resources and upgraded tools and stuff. Speaking of upgraded tools for a minute, you want to upgrade your drill to level 2 immediately when you can. So to upgrade it, you're going to want to place down a basic assembler, and then you're going to want to place down an assembler. So right here you have an assembler. Yep, assembler. So you place down a basic. To place down items, what you can do is you can access your bubble here, and you can find stuff in your bubble. So here you have your basic and non-basic refineries and forges and refineries and stuff, and you got your wind turbines, solar panels, stuff and things, and you got more too, but I'm not gonna go through all that. And then you can also place down the blocks if you go into here, and you can place them down by finding them in here. This page in general is going to help you a lot, because when you're trying to research an item that you need for a build, you can access this page and you can see the skill tree. So the skill tree for this one unlocks most of this. It unlocks this tier. It unlocks down here too a little, this a little, and it comes all the way down to like right here, and then it stops, and then it goes from this downwards. So yeah, if you're ever lost and you need to find out what you need to research to unlock a specific item, to to build your builds, then go to that menu and you can find it easily. But when you first spawn in, you're gonna want to put down a basic refinery and a basic assembler. Then what you're gonna want to do, well, first you're gonna want to place down a survival kit. Survival kits are gonna be in your drop pod. Do not break your survival kit, or else you will spawn in a different location. You can break your survival kit if you do not like your location, and then you will respawn. And also, for playing with friends, if you go to your pad, click on your pad, go to GPS, and then you can type in their GPS coordinates in here, and they can make new, and then see their own coordinates, and then they can tell you that coordinate of that marker, and then they can mark that marker as well, and then you can basically see where they're at, and then get the closest spawn by breaking your survival kit in your Earth Light Drop pod over and over again until you get close enough. Another way is if you go into here and you make a faction. So you can make a faction, you can name it whatever, you can put a description on it, put a title on it, whatever, and you can have your friends join it, and then they can join you. And then if you have a survival kit down on your base already, then they'll just spawn there. Anyways, once you get down your this thing, hold on a minute. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, get down your survival kit, make your survival kit, but then you also want to make your wind turbine as well. Making your wind turbine is going to power your survival kit. So then once you have that down, place down your basic assembler and refinery, and then you can go on from there. Once you have a decently good base like this base right here, you can find an iron vein in the ground and other veins in the ground by roaming around with your miner like this. Oh, and if you take out the hydrogen bottle from your ship, you can fly around for longer too, which is going to make it easier to get to your friend when I was talking about the GPS stuff. Anyways, doing that will allow you to detect any ores that ground. So say, I'm gonna fly over here for a little bit and try to see if I can find anything. Keep in mind, if you do impact a tree or the ground super hard or a wall or something, you will die. Same thing goes with other people. And then you'll lose all your stuff if you don't have a way back to it. So yeah, see, iron just popped up. It's right there below me. We have a tunnel right over here to go down. And then iron is gonna look like this. It's nice and red. And then if we go over here, you're also gonna need a little bit of cobalt. Cobalt is this material right here. It's used to build your life pod. So if you can find early game cobalt and iron, you're pretty much set for the entire game. But keep in mind that is going to run out, and you are going to have to find different deposits somewhere else shortly after. Anyways, to get your beginner base down, you want to place you can get rid of certain parts of your drop pod, like the blocks on the outside that are like cosmetics only. Um, and like your landing gears, maybe if you're not on the side of a cliff tilting, um, or you can get rid of your roof and floor. Just try to keep in mind to keep intact your cockpit and every other special component in there, because you're gonna need your seat to recharge, and you're gonna need your assembler built into your ship to assemble components for your base. But once you have your wind turbine, a basic assembler, a basic refinery, and a survival kit, and maybe a small cargo container, you're pretty much good for like just destroying your life pod and then coming over here and working on this base entirely. So once you get that done, what you're gonna want is you're gonna want an actual assembler, and you can put these well, you can put a speed module on it, and you can also put a power efficiency module on it. That's the power efficiency modules are gonna help with keeping just the minimum power in that to make it function and run. After you build your refinery, you're gonna want to build your assembler. You're gonna want to build your main refinery, and this thing right here. Once you build that, you can work on this. So this right here is H2O generator. It's hooked up to a small hydrogen tank, hooked up to hydrogen engines, and these hydrogen engines. So you collect ice, you put it in this cargo box, it goes through these pipes, and it goes into these H2O generators, and it goes into your hydrogen tank, and it goes into these hydrogen engines. The hydrogen engines use the hydrogen from the hydrogen tank to make energy, and then it powers all these batteries and powers my ship and powers everything else here, instead of using these wind turbines, because the wind turbines only last you for so long, and then you just there's just too much to place multiple down every single time. You need more power. So hydrogen engines are going to be your way to go eventually. And then for building your ship, you're going to want to find a good type of beginner miner like this. Keep in mind, some miners with atmospheric thrusters only cannot go upside down. So really what you want to do is you want to find hydrogen thruster miners. Hydrogen thruster miners will have a different type of engine. It will look like a rocket engine, and it will produce a yellow flame. These are atmospheric, and they only produce a white flame. And then ion thrusters are space thrusters, and it only produces a blue flame, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, you get into your little build, whatever it is, and then you turn it on, you disconnect, and you fly up. And you want to look right where it has the power button and sensor button, and then down is your weight that you can hold in your object, like any vehicle or whatever. And then you have your flight time. My flight time is 49 minutes, and my energy bar right now is only using 1% energy, and then hydrogen has 0. Well, sorry, H2O has 0, because I don't use H2O in this. And if you have landing pads on your vehicle, you want to land, connect to the connector, and then you're going to have to disconnect your landing pads and then reconnect your connector, and then we'll connect the landing pads and connector. For building ships, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find a nice flat area, and you're going to want to go into your inventory here. You're going to want to get a landing gear. You're going to want to place down. So to make things smaller, what you can do is you can hit L1 and square, and then you want to place that in the air. You don't want to look down and place it on the thing. You want to place it as it is right now, and then fully build that, and then on top of that, build a small battery, and then build a printer. So here's, we got one right here. So the landing gear is fully built and it's attached to the ground with a small battery and a control panel. and then the printer is right here and connected to the build. That's going to allow you to basically print off any blueprints you get from the Steam shop or any other areas that you get any from. And if you want to make any adjustments to your builds, say, you find this truck somewhere, this truck, for some reason, has a large reactor on it. We need to go to space. So you need to go to space to get the fuel for this large reactor. So it's just gonna weigh us down. So we're not gonna even build that because we have these hydrogen engines here, and we don't have just one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hydrogen engines running to power all of this, and also a little like pad for this because we're gonna get rid of 4 of these boxes and build like a little landing pad for that, so it can hook on to here and then we can drive around with it. And then, yeah, I mean, you can also put these lights up. These lights aren't, like, gonna come with it, and they're not, like, necessary, but, I like them because it's, good to see my base at nighttime or in fog, because I have ran into multiple towers as a human and a ship, and it is not fun destroying, your entire ship to have to rebuild it all over again. It will take you a pretty decent amount of your day and time. This miner right here is a probably 2-day project with 2 people, active 24/7. That truck is a 7-day project with only one active person working on it, and one active person trying to farm resources and get resources and do a bunch of other stuff, like look up stuff. Anyways, my opinions on the game would probably be it's a good game. There's some bugs that they need to work on still, like having a teammate. If you have a teammate or a friend that joins you, and they log off, their stuff will despawn and get deleted, and they'll just wake up with plain regular tools. Whatever they had in their inventory will be gone. And yeah, you're just gonna have to remake it or re-get it. So either put it up in a storage box or give it to the server owner before you leave. But there's also a thing with the storage box where if you put it in a storage box, it also has a chance of deleting it from the storage box as well. That happened a few days ago with my teammate. I don't know if that's another glitch that just happened, but it does happen. And then, this game is a little boring sometimes at the beginning and throughout, but it does get funner and funner as time goes on, because for this space, we plan to make this entire upper area into like a garage hangar type of thing with an elevator going down into the mountain with like a little airstrip going outside of the mountain, and we're just gonna have like massive ships in there, and then doors are gonna open, and it's gonna like let us come out with the massive ships that we're gonna build, and it's gonna be really epic to see that when that day comes. Also, when you're building on the mountain, you want to take in account, is there any way down? Because we built on this mountain and there's no way down. So we have to make a staircase, which is over there somewhere. And, yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's a very complicated game, and a lot of things that are moving, and a lot of stuff that you won't understand, and will probably take a lot of research or just experienced player. But if you do need help, or if you ever want to like join me for a few days with my friend on this world or a different world to just help you or something else, I I am I am relatively free. I'm not free all the time, every day, for every second. But Also, I can't help everyone too, so I can help who I can help, and I can't help who I can't. It's life. Life is unfair, like, and you're gonna have to deal with it one day. It's part of growing up. Anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say for this video. I just wanted to explain a little bit of that. If there's any more questions, like, well, here, I'll give you one. So, for upgrading your tools or for making any type of block components, you're going to want to go in here. You can find your block that you're trying to build. So say I'm trying to build a camera, it's going to tell me, oh, okay, I need iron and blah, blah, blah. I click on it, and it's just going to build the components that I need for it already. I can go into here, and pretty much the same thing. It's going to build the components that I need for those. This right here is your components where you can build and make and destroy. So this right here is on assembling, and then if you want to switch over to deassembling, and then you can click L1 and R1 at the same time, which will give you a 1,000, and it just clicks X and it will delete deassemble all your components that you have currently, and it will give you your resources back, which you can use to make different components. But same thing goes with this one. If you want to make components, you hit L1 and R1 and X, or you can hit L1 and X or R1 and X, and it will give you whatever that listing is on there. And for making pipes and other things, it's pretty easy. You just need to go and try to place them down. The easiest way that I find how to build, since I'm an older player and I've been playing for a bit, especially on PC and console now, because console controller is way easier on the fingers instead of PC, is by going to your menu and finding your block that you need to build. But for building platforms like this, you're going to want to go to this menu and build all of these here. You can also scroll over by using L2 and R2 to find your blocks like this. And there's different types of categories for everyone, which makes it pretty neat and easy and helpful, but I don't really like this because you can't see the tech tree, and if you can't see the tech tree, then you don't know what you need to build to be able to unlock said item. So it's kind of hard. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much for it for the video. I know some things can be hard in Space Engineers, and if you really don't understand what you're doing, go to Reddit or Google or YouTube tutorials or anything, or maybe ask a friend who has seen the game or heard of the game or knows how to play the game, and they might be able to help you. And if that doesn't work, leave a comment down below, and you can friend me on PlayStation, and I will see if I can get to you one day and help you out. If not, and if you don't really want to do all of that, then that's your choice, and I hope you have good luck with whatever you're doing, and I hope you find out how to do it. Just remember, patience is key, and that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say for now. I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the beginner guide type of stuff for Space Engineers, because I did do a little video on it a few days ago, or not a few days ago, but a few months ago maybe, and I didn't really get into the specifics about Space Engineers. Oh, one more thing before I go. If you do ever decide to turn off your jetpack by hitting L1 and triangle like that, and it pops up that red triangle in your corner and you don't know how to turn it back on, it's just L1 and triangle again for PS5 and 4 to turn it back on. Those are your stabilizers and they do help you a lot. Without stabilizers, I would be falling out of the sky. Yep. And yeah, for welding, for using your tools and stuff, you're gonna need power. And if you need power, you can sit in the chair of your cockpit, or you can go up to this thing and hold square. For getting resupplying your hydrogen, you're gonna need a H2O generator, and you're gonna need to put ice in it, and then you can put your hydrogen bottle in it, and re-get your hydrogen so you can keep on flying around, which is pretty handy and neat. If you aren't, you should probably focus on getting a hydrogen or an H2O generator built on the side of your beginner ship somewhere, and also like an extra cargo container storage on the side of your ship somewhere, just so you have like a little bit extra and it's easier to help you, um, you know, collect more resources and also have the ability to recharge your hydrogen bottles and make more hydrogen bottles so you can fly around easier. And when you're flying a ship like this, so the backwards is backwards, and then forwards is forwards, and then left and right is left and right. But when you want to rotate your ship, you have to hold L1 and the other joystick, which is side to side. So your R3 joystick is side to side, while I'm holding R1, or sorry, L1. And then if I take it off, I can't do that anymore, and it just turns my direction. Also, if you want to turn your head, it's both the sticks at the same time, and you can turn your head. You can look down at your control panel, or you can look around, or you can look up, or whatever direction you're looking in. But make sure, you always face back up, because you will not be able to fly properly. And then for a mine like this, for landing on like a little pad like this, you want to come in like this. And then right there should be about where our connection point is. Maybe a little bit forward. Down. Level it out a bit. Did I get it? No, I need to go a little bit more forward. So yeah, it's tricky sometimes. Oh, and when you're on the connector, you can rotate yourself a little bit. And then just connect yourself. And also you can turn off your engines because you don't need your engines while you're doing this. And just let the ship recharge and use its fuel. Anyways, that's pretty much it. I'll let you go now if you are watching this video. And I hope it helped in some sort of way. Have fun. See you next time. And peace out. Bye, guys.